Hey, y'all. Hey, Spencer. We're swapped around again.
Huh?
We're swapped around again.
Yeah, but I know you do it on purpose. And we're live.
Long time no see, fellas.
No doubt. We're going to have to get Misty an official name tag so people remember who she is.
Look.
Yes, where you been for the past? No, that only counts for this show. What happened to you? Talk about it, Poison Ivy.
No. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I got covered. But, well, I had funerals and everything. I can't help it. I've been busy. That time of year.
No.
Nobody sees me through the summer.
No, you're like, oh, I'm busy and I can't make the show, and then you jump in the chat.
No. Well, yeah, but I'm still working. You know how many? Do you have any idea how many shows I watch every day while I'm doing stuff, and I still have to stop and comment? This is why I can't get nothing done. Like I do it to everybody. I'm working the whole time and trying to chat with them. Squirrel. I admit it.
We just chalk it up. She's playing hooky.
No, hey. Ask anybody that I'm friends with on Facebook or whatever. Like, I don't even hardly get on there unless I'm posting something on my little personal page. But that time of year, I've been busy. I'm telling you. Anybody that gardens knows what I'm talking about.
Look. Before you get to lying too much, you're JR,
what are you doing here? You're ruining my plan.
No doubt. JR's going to throw her under the bus.
He will too.
Plans. She was supposed to be. So, for everybody that doesn't know, hey, Noble, how are you, brother? For everybody that doesn't know, there was a convention in, where was it? Anniston,
Alabama, yeah.
Anniston, Alabama this past weekend. It was actually a pretty big one. Pretty big turnout and everything like that. And a lot of the people that we knew or that we know and everything, heck, to be honest, y'all, a lot of people just showed up to have somewhere to meet up and like talk and hang out and everything. But a lot of the people ended up going to the convention and everything. I actually went to Creepy Mountain. We'll get into all that. And Squirrel was supposed to drop down to Greg's and possibly go to the convention. But then she got snake bit on the face by Poison Ivy and had all kinds of, she's had everything. She's had damn washer and dryer blow up and all kinds of stuff.
I'm telling y'all, like it has been one thing after another. I can't even name everything. We just had a washer and dryer delivered today and put in. It's been the washer, the dryer, my truck.
That's why it's like bad luck and everything that's all involved with it. And we will get into, hey, we're going to talk about this in a minute, but I got to meet over at Greg's. Greg and I got to meet Phyllis and John, and we had lunch with them, and they came back and hung out at Greg's man cave and everything. But Phyllis, and I'll let her say it, but I'm going to paraphrase it. There was one time where they didn't come to the meet and greet because she had a gut feeling. And whenever you're dealing with you have to admit, if you're talking about boogers and all that kind of stuff, you kind of get drug into the whole supernatural and the other cryptid stuff and the spirituality thing and maybe psychic stuff and all that kind of shit. But I mean, there's been times where I didn't go because my truck broke down and I was like, no, it's an omen. it's a sign of bad. I'm not supposed to go and I'm not fighting it.
And that's the way it's been. I mean, it didn't fail one thing after another. And every time, just like my truck, I thought, well, I'm going to take my truck and drive it. And, instead of taking JR's Jeep or whatever. Literally, the very next time I got in the truck and was trying to drive to town, it just started going, pop, pop, pop. Check engine light started flashing. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, it's something just saying, you're not supposed to make this trip. I don't know why. And I don't know why it had to cost us so much money, but
well, right.
It kept me from going.
Before we get going about everything that went on, so I'm going to start by saying hello to everyone in chat. Thank you for joining us. Hello, moderators. Thank you for doing what you do and everything. By the way, you see that? I was just pointing at that. Here, hold on. Look, Abby House made my girls a care package with bracelets and like a little card and stickers that she sent back with me. And in there, she put me a bracelet too. Thank you, Abby. And this is from one of my daughters, and this one's from the other of my daughters. But anyway, thank you, Abby. And Abby got to meet everybody at the conference again. Abby is just like the little, she's the mascot for all of us, and everybody wants to be around Abby and get their picture taken with her. And Abby Abby'd Wendell instead of Wendell.
Oh yeah, she had to get her picture made with. There was 3 that she was sure getting her picture made, and that was Wendell, Flat Rock. She was like tracking Flat Rock down. She was so afraid wasn't gonna get her picture made. But it was Wendell, Flat Rock, and Gary Spikes. Lord, she had to hug Gary Spikes 3 times before we got out of there.
Everybody's got to hug Gary Spikes.
Oh yeah.
I mean that.
Man down.
Ain't me this time.
I'm telling you, y'all, it's like we've been jinxed. It's either the internet problems or something. It's like,
oh my God. Listen, okay, this is another thing. My barn lights. I have no lights whatsoever in my barn. It started out one side. This was like actually the first thing that started going wrong. One side of my barn lights is on 2 separate switches. I went in, kicked the lights on. It started flickering. And I could hear it going. And I thought, oh, crap. Switch is going bad again.
Yeah.
I turned that end off, fed everything, got everything closed up. Very next night, turned them on. I heard it again, but it was coming from the other side. Turned it off, just ran the side that was doing it the last time. And then when I came in the next time, tried to turn it on, and nothing would work. No fuses was blowed. There was nothing wrong whatsoever. JR checked all of it, couldn't find any problem. But I still got no lights. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, we had what you've done drugs some of that bull crap home where you've been stomping through them cemeteries and shit.
I don't know. I don't think it's that because okay. Well, so far, I don't want to jinx myself, but let's put it like this. So far, it's been okay yesterday and today. Every day that I didn't leave when I was supposed to leave seems like it's been fine.
Yeah.
It's like I was not supposed. I don't know if it could have been a car wreck or what. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never know. But something was not wanting me to leave.
I thought for a while Spencer had done made him a Misty voodoo doll. I wasn't sure.
It would only be fair. It'd be karma.
No. Spencer, y'all know every day when Spencer's at work and he moves and something hurts, he's like, "Let down, Misty, quit."
I guarantee it. I get blamed for it.
Probably.
You care?
Well, stop doing evil voodoo on
Misty, why is that doll so short?
That's too much.
Go. By the way, I just got kicked off because I'm doing it from my phone. You picked the worst time of day. I'm super sick to come on the show. I would like to, but not today. I'm sorry, Troy. I invited Troy to just like weigh in on everything, and he just called, and because I'm doing it from my phone, I guess it kicked me off. I got to get a new computer. I reckon it's the computer. I don't know, but everything is so weird with like StreamYard and trying to do a live show. I don't know what's going on, but here for the past month, it keeps freezing up and everything.
Well, dude, our stuff here, our phones and everything else has been messed up for a while. It's like Troy. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'll try to call him 2 or 3 times a day, and it'll just like beep and go off. And most time it'll wind up he has to call me. I can't even get through to him.
Yeah. Well, so that everybody knows, let me put this kind of like in order, okay? So there was the convention in Anniston. I went to Creepy Mountain. Squirrel was probably going to come to Greg's. And then we were going to meet up like on what it was, Friday at Greg's. Anyway.
I was going to go stay with Wanda and Abby at the man cave for probably 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And just stay while you was coming up. I think we were going to go to the conference.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened, kind of in order, is Misty had a lot of problems. So Misty, go over in order everything that happened to you leading up to where you can go to Greg's.
I can't tell you everything. That's what I said. It was just one thing after another. I mean, several things throughout the day, every single day. And that's what I don't know if I guess you missed it. I was talking about my barn lights, about how they messed up. But I was getting flickering lights in the house. And me and JR would be sitting there, and all of a sudden I'd go, "Did you see that?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Did you not just see the lights flickering?" And he was like, "No, I didn't see nothing." And it'd do it again. And I'm like, "Did you not see that? It got really bright in here."
Or didn't see it. It didn't happen.
JR cut back on her medication.
Yeah.
It happened. I'm telling you. And after a few days of that happening is when my barn lights started doing the flickering and messing up. And then they finally just went out. Then my dryer blows up. Then my truck. I mean,
if you're seeing flickering lights everywhere, it's because JR's had enough of your shit with like tying him down thing and keeping him engaged, and he's probably poisoning your ass. That's probably happened.
You have to cut down on the brownie consumption.
yeah. I know they're making me fat.
We'll get Noble on here to talk about the brownies. But anyway. So
well, hey, answer that question that Pyro popped up there. Did you see it?
What he put?
Well, that's what's
what he put?
He asked about the land, how long we've lived here. The way our land is set up, this was my grandfather's before it was ours, and it was Donna and Daryl, my Aunt Donna. They actually lived here. They put a brand new trailer on this place, I think, in the 80s.
All right, hold on.
Get it, Billy. But no, there's always been stuff happening here and at my mom's and everywhere, and we're like all connected within just like across a creek. And a girlfriend of mine has told me that there's stuff here, like, and she says I absolutely hate your barn. So I don't know.
Wow.
Y'all, she's got something going on creepy in that barn all the time, because she's messaging me every day about something weird in that barn. I'd done surrounded that thing with a ring of salt and burned her to the ground.
Well, just playing devil's advocate here, but she did go in there and disturb that barn by making the greenhouse room in there not that long ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I don't know either. I think it's just weird land, is what I think.
Well, you got boogers coming up to your house, so I mean, there's something on the land. But maybe. But anyway, and just so everybody knows, I got privately invited by a couple people to go up to Creepy Mountain. One Mark Green, there's a couple other people that I know, Pat Rand and Willie Nelson. We're gonna call him that anyway. Willie. Willie is a super cool guy. But anyway, so I got invited up there a while ago to come and just have like a private thing. So there would only be a handful of us. There was 3 of us. And to be able to experience all that, whenever there was only a handful of us. The last time I was at Creepy Mountain, there was, what did we say it was, Greg? Wasn't it? It was at least 13, I think 15 people.
It was, probably it's 12, 14 anyway. Yeah.
But that was last year. And while we were there, we had everything from the flashing lights across the lake. And there's no good way to describe it, because every time I do, people were like, "Oh, you're talking about orbs." And
no,
it wasn't orbs. It was flashing white lights. There would be one here and then one 100 yards away higher, and then one 200 yards away lower. And that went on for a few minutes. I tried to take video of it, but nothing showed up. Like, you couldn't get it on camera. We looked over there with thermals and night vision. We shined flashlights. You couldn't see anything. Kumbo's wife, Sandy, was up in the truck parked up above us. She started getting the giant owl calls that didn't have a trill.
And they didn't quit. It just kept going solid for how long? What, 60 seconds or longer?
Well, yeah, the calls were, but it went on for like 10 minutes or something like that. It was a good while. And she noises back to them, and then they would do it again. So I don't know what that was about. And then we saw the shadow things moving in between the trees.
Yeah, I saw those. It was just like up in the woods. I mean, it was dark and they were shining lights. But y'all, you would see something like, you're seeing all these trees and the light shining through them and the leaves behind it. But it was just like something black would just, from tree to tree, just, it was almost like a super dark shadow would just, and then here it again, it would move back or go, and you'd see it here. And then next thing you know, it'd be further up the hill to the right or to the left. You just see something just like a streak, just it'd go across.
So I got to go back to Creepy Mountain this time. And this time, because I was there with Pat and Willie. Now, I will say this. Pat and Willie don't do like a lot of shows or anything. They don't give a whole lot of interviews. Pat has given a couple. Pat and Willie, I didn't know anything about Willie, but it turns out he's been going up to Creepy Mountain with Pat for like 10 years. So, I mean, he's got a lot of experience up there. So I got to spend a couple nights up there with them. And I will say that not a lot happened, but I'm going to tell y'all about a couple things. But anyway, I did get like a very good tour of Creepy Mountain. We went all over. We got out and walked and saw all kinds of stuff, but we drove all those trails. Creepy Mountain is huge. And then after it was done, Mark Green took me to Hollands Hunter Camp, and Pat and Willie went with us. And Mark Green took me up to a place called Bull's Gap, which is like a high overlook up there in their area. And you could look around, you could see you could see the mountain train, you could see the valley, you could see the way that everything worked together. And I'm going to tell y'all what, that area at Mark Green's, from being able to see it from that high and him showing me on the maps and saying this ridge goes this way, it connects to this ridge, and it turns around this way. Here's this creek, here's these rivers coming together and all this kind of stuff. I got a really good picture for it. there is no doubt in my mind that the boogers move up and down those ridges and waterways that goes from like Hollands to Creepy Mountain over at Mark Green's house, all of that kind of stuff. I got a much better overall view for it because last time we just stayed pretty much there at the lake on Creepy. And y'all got to remember that Creepy Mountain is where an episode of Finding Bigfoot was filmed. A lot of the people on that, I mean, there are a ton of people that are into the Bigfoot thing that have been there. There are a ton of people that have experienced stuff Bigfoot related that aren't really in the Bigfoot field, but they've given interviews and stuff like that. And I've gotten to know a couple of them, but like Pat and Willie, they're not really known in the Bigfoot field, and they don't care to be, but they've got some super experience. Plus they were telling me about all the stuff they've experienced down in Florida, which is where they live. And they just come up to the hunt club. It was just a crazy weekend. So I will tell you this. Oh, I got to keep this going. There's a Romeo and Julieta reserve. Got to keep this one going. But
hold on, wait. Whoa. Now, so you Spencer can just flash that shit around like it ain't nothing on our channel, on DA's channel, but we can't. Oh, okay, that's all right. I see how it is.
Yeah.
Let me go out so I can do my business.
Oh God.
We
was on DA's channel. Spencer comes in late to the party, and me and Misty, DA was like, one of the last things, he's like, oh yeah, y'all, any alcohol, make sure it's in the cup where nobody can see a label, and no tobacco on the screen, or it takes away the monetization of that episode. We're like, yeah, okay, dude, we're by the rules. Spencer comes dragging up in there like a possum, a dog drug up, and he's like, poof.
Yeah, he's such a freaking diva. Whenever we
couldn't get his attention. We're like, hey, no.
You're going, send Spencer a text.
Yeah.
Text later.
Yeah.
I didn't get
Me and Misty were just like, just shaking our heads.
That's funny.
I'm sorry, DA.
Carry on. And whatnot.
I mean, it's.
DA gave us a huge last night, and man, I'm sorry I missed it. I was dragging ass from coming in from being gone all weekend, and that was a long ride down there and back. But anyway, I'll get to all that. I am sorry, DA, but I'm gonna tell you all this. So, in order, we didn't have a whole lot happen on Creepy Mountain. They're there, I have no doubt, and I feel like they were probably thanks, Brett. And I feel like they were probably there and probably watching, but we had a really good camp out. Got to hang out and just like relax with a couple friends. We ate good. The things that did happen, maybe, possibly, you know how that goes.
Uh-oh.
Man down.
He's hung up.
Me?
Didn't have a say.
He's frozen.
Well, okay.
Spencer, shake the salt shaker.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe it's
I told Misty when you was freezing up a while ago, we was going to have to get you to try that imaginary salt shaker trick.
What's that?
Yeah, you need to try. You know that if you take and imagine a salt shaker sitting on the table, and you imagine yourself, and then you reach out and grab it, lean your head back, and then shake the salt on your tongue, you can taste salt, right?
I am not doing that. No, fuck you. But anyway, of course you would try to set me up for that. But so, out of Saw, we definitely found a couple bones up in the woods right there where we were camping. Now, we camped someplace different on Creepy Mountain this time instead of at the lake. We camped way back out in there. And what we found, it looked like a couple deer or maybe possibly coyote leg bones. And we found a cow, a bovine hip bone. Judging from the size, because I got online and tried to figure it out and everything, it should be a calf bone. Now, obviously, there are no cows roaming around up there on Creepy Mountain, but there are people on the perimeters. You have to understand that Creepy Mountain is the hunt club is a big tract of land. It's X amount of thousands, I want to say 7,000 or 8,000 acres. It used to be way more than that, but they sold part of it. But anyway, there are people on the outskirts that have cows. But interesting thing, Mark Green knows people that, and I might be getting this wrong. We would have to ask Mark Green, but Mark Green knows people that have had calves gone missing, and I think they're near there. So I don't know what all of that means, but it was interesting whenever we found it. There was a rock thrown. I'll say a possible rock thrown while we were all up there eating dinner on the second night. It come through the leaves and you heard the distinct thump, and it hit on the ground right behind the area where we were eating dinner. And then on the third day, before I left to go to Greg's, I guess that Friday. I'm a little disoriented. I'm sorry. But on the third day, Friday, I got to go see Hollands. And then I got to go up to that overlook and see like the overall thing. Now, let me say this. They just did the thing at Hollands. What? What are y'all laughing at? Has anyone tested?
I'm laughing at Haywood.
Start putting this thing full screen. I'm going to quit watching chat. It makes me laugh.
I'm laughing at Haywood. Your road crossing skills. What? Now wait a minute. Who was it? Was it Chef Troy started crossing the road? Was that Spencer?
That was me.
It was Spencer. Remember, he nearly got screamed.
That was no. Hold on. No, that was because okay, go.
Put that little strap on you or put you in a backpack.
That is because Squirrel said go, and I started walking. I was listening to her, and then she started yelling truck, or you did, one or the other. Squirrel was trying to get me fucking run over in the middle of the road.
It nearly worked because I thought he got creamed. His road crossing skills need some work.
I'm telling you, I was going, whoa. Just didn't go on.
Speaking of which, you know what, Lynn? Hey, Mark Green has no fear of the skinny pedal when he's in his home territory. He will fly. But they're right there near Talladega, and everybody flies, and you gotta be able to do that. Where you never talk to look both ways. Yes. Anyway, hold on. Stop interrupting. So we went to Hollands, and the way the Hollands is laid out, it's very long. And like you come to the first section where everybody can camp, then a little bit of road, then there's second section, then a little bit of road, then there's the third section, and that's the end. Then there's a trail that goes back to a green field. So Joe Parker, or Miss Pat, if y'all hear this, the feathers that you put on the trees, when we were going in there, the blue feather is still attached to a tree. The other feathers are gone. We went in like on one side and saw all that. The blue feather is still attached. The other feathers are gone. We pulled into the bottom. We parked. I got out and walked down the trail that goes to the green field at the very end of Hollands. So for any of y'all that have been to Hollands, at the end of the third campground, there's the trail that goes several hundred yards out to the green field. There's a plateau going down that trail. It kind of you're going uphill, then it levels out, then you kind of slightly go downhill and go to the green field. And I'm going to tell y'all this. This is my first time being there. I just wanted to get a rough overall. I had to leave and go to Greg's, so I couldn't spend much time there. But I got out and walked down that trail. Everybody else stayed at the truck. And I will tell you this. When I got to the plateau, which is a couple hundred yards, as soon as you go over that plateau, the people that were back there at the other end of the trail, they couldn't see. They probably couldn't see to the plateau, but they definitely couldn't see once you get up there and go over it because it starts going downhill. As soon as I got up there and started going downhill, it got quiet. Then I got to the green field, and I'm going to tell y'all what, I'm not one for getting feels or thinking that something's watching me or the creepy or anything. I'm not like that. I'm very, I just write that stuff off. I'm always like, it's, I just turn around and keep walking or keep going forward. I don't pay a lot of attention to that. I have a hard time saying this. I really feel, because it got quiet and there was just a strange feel in the air. And I walked to that green field and I stood there for a second. And then I turned around because I kind of had a creepy feel. I really did. I turned around and I came back. Now I've got video of me walking out there and me walking back. I took it on my phone. I have an iPhone. My phone does not like to cooperate with my computer. And I've tried all day to download this footage so that y'all could see this. And I'll get it. Roger was headed down there. What? I can't keep up with all this stuff. What?
That's where you're talking about. That's where
Really?
Roger and Superfly, that's the same spot where all that happened.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this was at probably 2:30 in the afternoon or somewhere thereabouts. Anyway, turn around to come back, turn my back to the green field and started walking back, right? Walking back up to that plateau, a couple hundred yards. Somewhere in between there, as I was walking, and I'll get it posted, so calm down. I'll get it posted. I just couldn't do it today. It took me forever messing with this stuff, and I'm not sure that it's going to be very loud, so I'm going to have to post it, and then I'm going to have to rip the audio off of it and go into like Audacity and increase the audio, but I can hear it very faintly on my recording on the phone, so I know I can increase it on Audacity. But I was walking back, and as I was walking, something went, huh, huh, and I stopped. And in the video, I'll show you the video. I'm standing there for probably 10 seconds, just like looking around. And then I say in the video, I say something just huffed or went, huh, huh. And then I took 2 or 3 more steps. It did it again. Huh, huh. And it was very breathy. It wasn't loud. It was more like pressure. It's hard to describe. It was loud enough, but it wasn't really loud. It's not like I felt it or it didn't vibrate me or anything, but I distinctly heard, huh, huh. It did it 3 times. I'll get the video up there. That's what don't tell me. I can't. What are y'all doing to me while I'm
Roger said, "Don't give him hell about recording on the iPhone when you did the same thing."
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Trust me. He's all about them double standards, Roger.
I'm just waiting on him to get into the part where he tells us if he didn't know whether he was fight or flight like normal people, or if he's reverting into possum mode, trying to decide to play dead.
Drop on the trail.
Like a little fainting goat.
Yes.
Shut. Hold on, Parker. I see that here now. Yes, I got it. Well, something huffed or whatever. I'll get the video up and I'll show you. I haven't looked at the audio that I recorded all weekend. I had recorders out while I was at Creepy Mountain. I didn't take a recorder with me down the trail. I didn't know how long the trail was. I'd never been there before. I just started walking down it. The truth of the matter was I had to take a piss. But I just started walking down the trail, and then I just kept on going. So I turned my phone on because I figured I didn't have anything else with me. It was better than nothing. I called it. Yes, I should have had a recorder. I know when you get out, but you know what? For all y'all, hey, go there and record all you want. Parker, did you hear the part where I said about the feather that got me? Oh no, I haven't really told that yet. Never mind. Anyway, so after I came back out of the trail, and I told all them, I told Pat, Willie, and Mark Green about what happened. We stayed there. They actually heard some other noise off to the side. Shut up, Ira.
And whatnot and everything.
Whatnot. Y'all can't keep picking on the whatnot. There's a lot of people on the damn video that say what. I'm starting to organize a collection of all those so I can show you everybody else that says it. Anyway, I came back. We're standing there at the trucks. They apparently heard something over to the side. I don't know. I tried to record. Nothing happened while we were standing there at the trucks. Well, nothing that I know of. And then I left and went to Greg's. On the way out of Hollands, whenever we were going in, I'm talking about the feathers that Joe Parker and Miss Pat put out and that were attached to the trees. On the way in, only the blue one was there. On the way out, I was looking at the other side because I was riding in the passenger side of Mark's truck. On the way out, I told Mark, I said, hey, stop. There's a feather. Okay, so I wasn't there whenever Parker put out the feathers. But according to Mark, I think I'm getting this right. There was at least a blue, a red, and a yellow one that was pinned to trees. Okay, the blue one was there on the way in. The other two we didn't see. On the way out, on the opposite side from where the feathers were attached to the trees, Mark said something about it the other night. He said it was over in the bushes. That's because Mark didn't get a good look at it. The feather, the red feather, it was red. The red feather was folded in half over a branch from a tree on the opposite side of where they pinned them. I'm telling you now, there's no way that the wind did that, but I can't prove it. The wind did not pull it off of a tree on the right-hand side as you're going in and put it across the trail on the left-hand side, bent over a tree limb. I don't know what to make of that, but I'm just telling you, the red feather was bent in half, laying over top a tree branch opposite from where they had pinned them to the trees.
Now, do you think somebody had gifted them, or do you think that they had just blown over there from something? Like,
Well, Parker,
maybe the next door neighbors were having a little powwow or something, and it got windy.
Park,
Well, see, Parker put a bunch of them out because that's what I keep holding up. What he had left over, he gave to Abby. Abby brought them here to the man cave. They're laying on this table. But I don't know what all for sure he put out color wise or where he put them or anything. I just know he put some out.
I just know Mark Green said he pinned them on the trees over there. We only saw the blue one. When we were coming back out, I said, wait, hey, there's a feather. And he said, where? And I said, it's right there. He didn't get a very good look at it, though. It was right out my window while I was looking out. That feather was bent in half and laid over the tip of a branch of a tree.
Like it was broken sitting there.
Opposite from where the blue feather was pinned. I think the other feathers were pinned there. It was opposite. I don't know. You would have to ask Joe and Pat to be exactly sure. But it was bent over in half, laying on a branch. It was not into a tree. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. Whatever.
I mean, I don't know where Parker got those feathers. He had all colors. I figured he might have been making him a Mardi Gras costume or something. I don't know.
Big Chief, he's playing Big Chief now.
Yeah, all them colors in this month. I don't know about all that.
Well, and anyway, then I went to Greg's. I got a couple hours sleep. I've not looked at the audio. I recorded audio the whole time. I'll get to that within the next week or two. Internet is making him seem erratic. Well,
yeah, your voice is cutting a little here and there.
I don't know. Maybe it is the internet.
You're going to have to go get you a tinfoil hat and wear. Help reception.
Then I went to Greg's, and Greg can pick up from there. I got there, and we met John and Phyllis, and then Greg went to the damn convention.
Yeah, when they brother Roger jump on here, he stayed. I reckon him and Heather, he made Heather get up at like the crack of dawn's ass to get up and drive 3 hours. I think they left before daylight to get there. Huh. He fizzled out. He got there too early and fizzled out too quick because he left before it got over. Everybody was kind of jinxed on that little excursion though. We go back to all our deals happening. Me and Spencer and Wanda and Abby and John and Phyllis went down here to a restaurant that's normally really good. And oh my God, they messed up our orders. They took forever to get it. Forever. It was over an hour before we got our food. And I'll be darned if after the conference, we went to a Logan's Roadhouse and we sat there and they had everything messed up. They had reserved like a kind of like a party room because they told them there's going to be, 30 or so people coming, supposed to have reserved. Well, we got there and waited an extra probably 20 minutes. And they didn't even have it, said they didn't have it ready. They didn't have the waitresses to put for that area. So we waited and they finally.
I saw it and I know who did it. And you're never coming to a you're never getting an invite again.
Oh Lord, listen at him. Listen at him. Hey, but y'all, last night was beyond intriguing. It was absolutely awesome because I kind of can thrive on some turmoil. I watch turmoil and I'm just like watching it roll by like I'm on a bridge, watching it go underneath, and I'm just chuckling. But Wanda's got a whole big streak of introvert in her, and like a little bit of altercation, it just wigs her out. Well, we had people at the table with us that they were kind of outspoken on the way things were going with the staff, and they called them out on it. And my inner child was chuckling like really hard, and Wanda was like wanting to slide under the table and just disappear. And the whole time I'm just like bumping her with my elbow or bumping her with my knee. And she was like in a full-blown panic. It was just, she was holding it in, but I just knew it. And I was just about to die. It was so funny, which it was called for what happened as far as the cause. Look, they messed up, like, out of the 8 people at our table, 5 of the people's food was absolutely horrendous, messed up, didn't get it, waited, like they brought part of the food out. 30 minutes later, people at the same table still hadn't got their food. And one of the women ordered a steak, medium rare. And y'all, look, a respectable veterinarian could have nursed that back to health. It wasn't even lukewarm on the inside. It could have got up and crawled away. And it was horrible. I mean, they messed up, brought the wrong cut of steak. It was supposed to have been a fillet, and it wasn't a fillet, it was something else. And they messed up everything. But I swear, y'all, on the way back, I asked Wanda, I said, "Did you enjoy that meal?" She's like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I wanted to die. And I was just like, why? Oh my God. And y'all, that was funny as crap I've had in a long time. I laughed all the way home. I've chuckled about it this morning, but we had a ball.
I'd have been egging her on. I'd have been like, "Wonder, are you gonna let that shit slide?"
No doubt. Oh, I'm telling you, it was absolutely epic because I swear to God, she wanted to slide under the table and just disappear.
Well, trying to organize an event for 50 people to be seated in a restaurant.
Yeah.
I think the last time I heard Mark Green mention it, it was 50 or beyond 50 people. And that's not going to work out, right?
One of the things that was really, to me, it was comical because, I mean, it was upsetting, but it wound up being comical because, when you're in a restaurant where they serve alcohol, look, if you're going to serve alcohol, here's the deal. If you've got a waiter or waitress, you probably want them to be of age where they can actually serve the alcohol.
Right.
Well, our waitress apparently was under 21 years of age because she took like orders, like 2 of them had like maybe 1 or 2 had beer or 1 had beer and, wanted a bottle of beer and the other 2 wanted a glass of wine. Well, they finally brought drinks, but they didn't bring anything with alcohol. And then we waited another 15, 20 minutes and they flagged her down. It's like, "Hey, we didn't get our wine and didn't get our beer." And she proceeds to say, "Well, I'm underage. I can't bring it to the table." Well, okay. Well, there's somebody that works here that can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, they're just busy. We'll get it in a minute. Well, another 20 minutes passes. They still don't have anything. They hadn't got their drink, no nothing. And then about every 5 minutes, she'd come by and they're like, "Hey, look, you gonna bring us something to drink, or we're gonna spit dust, or what?" And it rocked on and rocked on. And they were finally like, "Look, we want to talk to the manager." Well, then the manager comes out, and instead of being just like, "Hey, y'all, I'm sorry, we're covered up, blah 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 blah," let me go get it. She comes out and starts making excuses of the reason that they hadn't brought it yet. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. This ain't that hard. It's not rocket science. You've got other people. All they got to do is step over there, grab it, turn around, walk 12 feet and set it down.
Yeah, somebody can do it.
Yeah. And it was I mean, I'm sitting over there kind of watching a train wreck. I'm just chuckling.
Hold on. Just so everybody knows, Gary Spikes is sitting with Mark and Rebecca Green, Barton Nunley and Letitia Nunley.
Yeah.
Crystal Jackson that went with Gary. They're at Jack's eating lunch. Oh my God, you could have picked a better place than that, but ain't that cool that they're all hanging out.
Yeah, see that was some of the same bunch that was with us last night at Logan's. And y'all, they had us in a room, but they could have moved the tables around and kind of had everybody more together, but they weren't. It was just like we had people scattered everywhere.
Because I ordered fries with the damn burger, and they're not going to bring them with the burger. I'm not eating it.
No doubt. Spencer ordered a fish sandwich the other night. And they brought him a fish plate. I ordered a ribeye steak sandwich, and they sent me a Philly cheesesteak. It's like, what? What's the deal, y'all?
It was good though. We got to meet Phyllis and John.
Yes. Awesome folks. Look, y'all, they're going to be tied into the family now. They part of the tribe officially.
They signed the booger on the wall at Greg's man cave. They come over there and they got pictures with Abby and everything, and we got to talk to them and meet up with them. They are great people. Love them.
Yeah.
Heard some stuff, but anyway, we're
What? Hey, Spencer, did you? Hey, well, listen to this, Misty. When Spencer, he had to, of course, he pulled the typical Jameson exit. He left yesterday morning before daylight.
yeah.
We walked out on the porch, and he started to leave, and he stopped. And what did you think you heard yesterday?
Me?
No, Spencer. He thought he heard a whistle, which I heard it, but he's stops.
No, I don't think I heard it. I heard a whistle. I just don't know exactly what it was. So I went to leave at about 4:30 in the morning, Greg's time, about 5:30 in the morning, my time, because, I mean, it's a long drive to get back. I got about 4 hours of sleep. Whenever I walked out, as soon as I walked out, so it's still dark outside, there was a whistle. I think it happened twice. There was a whistle. It was a monotone whistle as soon as I walked outside. Now, while I was there, because we went out and met John and Phyllis, they stayed over and everything till fairly late. And then I talked to Greg, and I think I went to bed at, I don't know, 12. What time I go to bed?
About 11.
Okay, whatever. 11 his time, 12 my time, because I had to get up in a few hours. I didn't put out a recorder at Greg's place or anything like that. Pretty much the way it was house let me just spend the night there. That's pretty much what the deal was. I had to have somewhere to crash before I had to drive back 9 hours to get home. But anyway, there was I think it was twice. There's always something at Greg's place, though. There's always something. I cannot stress that enough. Where Greg is, he's in the middle of booger territory. I did walk around his house after we got back from dinner. I did walk around there and look with thermal. I didn't see anything. I went out a couple times while we were all visiting there at the man cave, went out to the back. I had to call my wife and kids and say goodnight to them and everything. And I looked with thermal. I didn't see anything. Whenever I left that morning, there were 2 whistles. Make of it what you will, but it was a monotone whistle. Yep. And it was before daylight. And I don't know any bird that does a monotone whistle like that. And especially whenever it's still dark out. But that's just me.
I know. I hate I didn't get to see you guys, but I was more disappointed that I didn't get to hang out with Wanda and Abby and meet Phyllis and John and everybody.
Yep.
I was going to bring all kinds of stuff, and we was going to do a girls' weekend. Greg,
I was wanting to see you, but I was waiting on my Team Odin patch.
I know. Those are cool as
shit. Where is that? Show that again.
Hold on. I got to get up. Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
We got to give. I don't know how I could do anything to honor or show respect to DA and Robbie, but I mean, we got to figure out something. DA and Robbie, if you ever see this episode, thank you so much for the shout out on y'all's channel.
Check these out.
Check that out. Check it out. That's basically the same patch that in Cam's stuff or in the stuff DA wrote, where Steve Lilly gets basically abducted into the Team Odin. Look there. Guess what? We got Team Odin patches.
Team Odin patches.
I
don't know how to say thank you for that other than thank you. And
y'all, I mean, unreal. And y'all, look, anybody on here, if y'all are not going over and watching DA and Robbie, y'all got to. I mean, they have fun just like what we do.
And you have to understand that DA and Cam work together. Y'all, a lot of us, we're like a big family. A lot of us know each other and like we finally get to like meet and hang out with each other and everything. It's like a big family if you're on the inside of the real thing about the people that actually go and do the Bigfoot thing. Now, I mean, Cam DA, you know, they write a lot of books and everything, but Cam comes to meet and greets, and he goes camping and looking for this stuff, and he's done documentaries with like Eric and Kane and Mark and Larry. He's on the inside of the real stuff. DA and Robbie, they go to LBL, they go to other places and look for that kind of stuff. They're not just making stories, they're actually going out there and looking for it.
Yeah.
Me,
well, you know,
Misty,
Robbie was at the meet and greet LBL. I just didn't realize that's who he was.
neither did I, because he had a damn booty cap and sunglasses on.
Yeah, and y'all, DA said he would have come, but what, his son got married or something? He couldn't come. He was gonna come. So look. All I can tell y'all in the future, be waiting on it. But we're gonna have some stuff going on with DA and Robbie, because we're gonna try to get them down here where us three can be here at the man cave and get them drugged down.
And then if we go to Greg's house, y'all, if you've ever seen anything by DA, if you've ever seen anything by DA, whenever we get them down there at Greg's, that's going to be a real life wild hunt.
Oh, Lord, yes. We're going to have a ball. But, yeah, we got to get them down here, y'all. I mean, it's going to take DA probably 8 hours to get here, and Robbie about 5, probably, something like that. But, yeah, we got to get them down here. But, y'all, it's overwhelming to me that, you know, somebody like DA and like Robbie, they just, man, feel like a duck to water. They're really just our kind of people. I mean, they just really are.
I got a secret, and y'all don't know either, and so I can't really tell it all because I don't know if I'm
What does that even
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Well, I would say probably don't spill it then.
I'm gonna do it anyways.
Oh God, here we go.
No, I can't tell it all, but like, okay, y'all know that if you keep up with DA and Robbie, they're at the end of the month. They're going to be meeting up to do something. What did he say? Was it Missouri?
Yeah, they're going to Missouri or up that way, up close to DA's.
Okay, well, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm telling. Robbie, don't get mad at me. I'm telling anyways. Okay,
are you
I don't know, but I'm telling it. It don't matter. It's partly my secret too, so I'm spilling the beans. When he comes through to go see them, we're going to meet up, and I'm going to take him somewhere around here close where we are. We don't know yet 100% where we're going to stay, but we're going to camp for a night or two and go out. And he's going to show me how to do some tracking, and we're going to look for some dog men and some Bigfoot, and no, it's going to be awesome. It'd be really nice if we could get signal, because he's taking all of his equipment and stuff because he's going to Missouri. So I said, well, I'm not going to bring a lot of stuff then. So he said, well, we'll just set up my stuff and see what we can catch. So what about it? I get to go camping with them. One of them anyways.
No.
Get to go. Y'all, give me a minute. My dog's got to go out. I'll be back in a second. Y'all keep going.
Well,
we're going. Misty, you know what we got to come up with now, right? I'm going to say, you know, Wanda's got one of those T-shirt things that she can put the designs on. Right now, I've come up with it. We've got to get a T-shirt for Spencer that's got like a tire tread, like a track going across it, like he's been run over. That's what he's got to have. And like on the back, have a possum on the back, like splattered. But then have a tire track across the front.
He wouldn't wear it.
Oh, yeah. He'd have to.
Yeah, he'd have to. Maybe we should have it on the hat, too.
I mean, do you know, in my mind a while ago, I was just thinking about him down there at Hollands. Like, booger jump out and him just hit the ground. Just play dead.
That's like when they lifted up that trash can lid. Did I sent you that video?
you know,
possums gathered up right there.
In my mind, I could see like two boogers step out. One picks up a stick and they're like poking him. They're jabbering back and forth, asking each other, "Is dead? Is he sick? What's wrong with him?
Oh no, he smells bad. Lost that one.
Yeah, we're going to call this one. We're not sure this one's legal. Look, he's too short.
Yeah, Pyro said he needs a white furry vest.
No.
Bye, Gary. Yeah, how about that? I think Gary said he drove like 12 hours.
Yeah, it took Gary a while.
Gary's a trooper, y'all.
Y'all, I'm telling you, Gary's like he's committed. I mean, he
is the man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Like,
just because
we couldn't have pulled off half of what we pulled off without Gary.
Just because I had to let the dogs out, it's right there. I could still hear y'all.
I was hoping you could. We were counting on that. I was starting not to even say anything because I thought, well, he's going to miss. And I thought, no, he can still hear us. So here, look here. He's got to get back. Hurry.
I can hear you in your assholes of the highest order.
Maybe I should do that. How about that, Greg? Let's get us a possum with the tire track tattoo. Can we do?
I'm willing. I'm ready. No doubt. We got that's what we need. It's like a splatted possum with a tire track across it. And then I'm gonna have a Bigfoot with a stick like it's poking it.
I'll tell y'all something because I just now thought of it. I forgot about it whenever I was talking about me going up on Creepy Mountain. But Mark Green, God bless him. Mark knew we were going up there. Mark brought like firewood, and the green field that we camped in, it was grown up, you know, and there at Creepy Mountain, I mean, it's like you're liable to wind up walking on a damn 6-foot rattler or copperheads or whatnot. And the green field was grown up. So Mark Green brought firewood, and he brought this walk behind, kind of like a lawnmower, but it's a weed eater. It's like a walk behind, you push it.
Yeah.
And we unloaded off the truck, and I took to cutting. I was going over. So my truck, I slept in the back of my truck. My truck was parked way over compared to like Pat. Pat brought the booger buggy, and then Willie set up a tent over in the other corner. So we were kind of like a triangle. Yeah, I know. But
he loves us.
But anyway, Mark brought the damn like walk behind weed eater thing, and we were gonna have a fire out in the middle of the field, like kind of in between all of us. So where the firewood was,
yeah, I'll tell you that story in a minute.
I don't even know what that means. But I started cutting, and I cut a big circle like in between Pat's booger buggy and my truck, and I made like a path, and then I come back in the middle and cut a little section where the fire ring was. And man, y'all, I feel so bad about it. While I was cutting the damn thing, apparently I threw a rock with the thing, and it nicked the paint in Pat's truck. Man, that was horrible. But Mark Green, what an asshole. Mark Green was taking pictures and stuff while I was mowing. And y'all, I'm in Southern Virginia. I grew up in Carolina. I'm used to the heat crop circles. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. It kind of looked like that, but damn it, squirrel. But anyway, Mark Green's taking damn pictures of me walking. I'm drenched. Like drenched. And Mark Green's taking pictures. He's laughing. He's like, damn, I didn't know you were going to brush hog the whole field. And I'm like, man, I was just cutting the trails and everything. Let me tell y'all something, though. This last trip, that is the one and only time I'm going to Alabama in June, July, or August. Yeah. You are not going to catch my ass down there again. It gets over 100 here, probably 10 or 12 days throughout the year. But in the middle of summer, it's often like 90 degrees. It was right at 90, and it was 100% humidity. But I swear to God, their version of 100% humidity is different than 100% humidity here. It is not the same thing. from the moment I got out of the truck at Mark Green's, I started sweating. And for 2 days, I don't think I stopped sweating. It was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And the
yeah.
scorpions.
It's down here in Alabama. That 100 degrees has got special meaning because it's you can hang your clothes on the humidity.
Pat came up from Florida, and it was like 68 or 69 at night. And the next morning, he was like, "Oh, it got a little bit chilly last night. I had to cover up." I was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Oh yeah, I about forgot, Spencer. I finally got to meet Moggs in person. Moggs was at the
Oh yeah,
he was at that conference.
yes, Russell. He's a cool guy. I'd like to meet him in person. I never have. I've talked to him quite a bit, but I've never met him in person.
Yeah, he was there. But yeah, what Roger was talking about, Gary Spikes, Roger got over. Gary had like his usual wall of hiking sticks he had made.
Yeah.
And apparently before we got there, like people would go by and look at him. He just had them leaning against this wall in a row. And inevitably they'd got knocked over. It's like they'd go just like a row of dominoes. Well,
Yeah.
Roger was over there going to look at him, and Gary like running reception. He just knew Roger was going to collapse the ball. He's like, well, let me put it back for you. And he put it back for Roger. And it's like, man, they're too hard to pick up.
DD said it was 107 today on the Texas coast. You can keep that, DD. I'm sorry, but you can keep that.
No.
Yo, where Leanne right there. Yeah. Moggs is a big old man. He's tall. I don't know how tall, but I'm 6'1", and he's a bunch taller than I am.
Wow.
What?
Spencer would be like knee high.
Banana hammock Speedo next time.
Yeah, Stevie
Stevie.
did it too. Yeah.
This is supposed to be a serious show. Y'all shut the hell up.
Like, when have we ever been serious?
Right?
I try. Y'all make me this way.
Easy. That's like saying that we make water wet.
Man, hey, Bobby, seriously, you will probably never get me at a convention. And I hate to say this, y'all, and take it with a grain of salt. I don't mean this the wrong way. I don't. But Mark Green, Greg was there. Hell, Gary Spikes was there. Let me tell y'all something. You could put 3 or 4 of the people that I know that were there at the convention that went there to watch other people, and they didn't really go to the convention. A lot of people didn't go to the convention to see everybody speak. A lot of people went to the convention to just have a place to meet up and hang out, because that's what a lot of this stuff is. That's the way that we did the meet and greet. That's what's going to happen next time. Coming soon. Woodstock Part 2 coming soon. But the reason I don't go to the conventions is because I could call people like Troy Allen or Greg or Mark Green or Coombo or hell, Mark Newell, a lot of people, Larry Porch, and a lot of the people that I know have, you could take 1 or 2 of them, like was there in the crowd, and they have more experience. And I'm not trying to be mean. Don't nobody take this the wrong way. They have more experience than everybody that was there at that convention speaking if you wound them all up and put them together. I don't mean that the wrong way, but that's why I don't go to conventions. In my opinion, the conventions are about money and selling T-shirts and books and stuff like that. And I don't need to do that. I was in the woods at a location that has stuff happening while that convention was going on. I would rather do that. Hell, you could go to Greg's Man Cave for 3 days and have more stuff happen there that you would experience yourself than a lot of what those people talk about at the conventions. Now, before I off everybody else, I'm done.
That's us being on the inside, though. And like Diane just nailed it, for people out here that don't know the people, yeah, the conventions are great. But like for me going yesterday, I didn't go to listen to the conference. I didn't even walk in there in the auditorium or whatever. I don't even know where they were, in a different room. I went there to see my friends. I went there to see Gary Spikes, Wendell, Mark Green, Rebecca. I went down there to see those people. And it was great. I talked to several folks. I got to meet people that I hadn't met. But for the people out here that I ain't gonna say novice, but the people that really don't know the inside track like we got, the conventions are great. But like what you're talking about, it was a total. You take that convention or a convention and you throw that up against our meet and greet, and oh my God, it's not even a comparison. That's like lighting a birthday candle compared to a Roman candle. Our meet and greet being the Roman candle.
If anybody that ends up watching this show, look, you want to find out something real about Bigfoot? Dead serious. Now, not everybody is going to fall into this category, but just putting this out there. If you sit around, you watch YouTube shows about boogers, and you don't know where to start, you're like confused. You're like, hey, I'm going to go to a Bigfoot convention. Okay, that's fine. Not picking on that. The way you find out about the stuff and the way you start getting on the inside and learning everything that everybody has to offer, the people that really do it. We're not talking about the damn TV shows that are on Discovery Channel, Finding Bigfoot or Expedition Bigfoot, none of that kind of crap. You want to learn the real deal? Hey, email us. Squirrel, would you please put up the email? Please. Email us. Hit us up on Facebook. We can put you in touch with people. You can come to a meet and greet. You can start talking to us on like Messenger or anything like that. We'll put you in touch with people that know other stuff in your area or whatnot if we know them. There's that whatnot again. But that is how you get to start meeting the people. Look right here. Joe Parker is in chat, right? Y'all, Joe Parker has probably more experience than me. Are y'all friends with Joe Parker? He's in chat right there. Start talking to him and find out what's going on. Mark Green has his own channel. Start talking to him. Go to these locations. Start talking to the people that actually do this. They're Roger, one of our good friends, Squatch in Holland. He's down there in the southern part of Tennessee. Are you watching his channel? Are you listening to what he is saying? Are you subscribed to him? Go start talking to him. Message him. Go meet the man. Get to know him. And start going out with some of these people. And you'll get an idea real quick of what's actually going on. Versus going to the conferences where you hear all this stuff from other people. And again, I ain't trying to piss nobody off.
But it's not that. It's just like you said. It goes back to, if you're just getting into this, conferences are a great thing to go to.
Yeah.
To hear the stories, see if that's what you're interested in. But you don't get one-on-one time to sit and talk to anybody. I mean, you may get a picture or whatever. Half the time, you're going to have to pay for that. It's it's a totally different environment.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it, and everybody's going to get mad, but I'm going to say the conferences are about money. The conferences are about money. Yes, you get to hear what people have experienced and everything, but you want to get to experience it, start messaging and talking to some of the people that are actually going out and like looking for this kind of stuff, or the people that are in the real areas where this stuff is happening. Start messaging them. Y'all, the way that you see us, as Phyllis and John, who just met me and Greg and everybody, I guess, at the conference, but we're the same the way that we are right now as we are in real life. Just start talking. Open your mouth. Come, like meet us, make friends and everything, and let's everybody just be friends. And we'll
Even
show.
ask me.
It's not even just us. It ain't the three people on the screen right here. You
Yeah.
drop right here in this chat. Y'all get in our live chat, and y'all can message and get to know these people. That there's so many names in this chat that I don't even have time to name them all off. That are researchers or amateur researchers. We'll just throw that in there. But they've had experiences. Y'all, we've got a plethora of people in our that's in our chat all the time that have had their own personal experiences. That this is the greatest group of people because y'all, there's nobody in this chat that's unapproachable. Nobody.
And from all around the world. So, I mean, more than likely, you know, it may not be in your exact area, but I'm sure you can get in touch with somebody and talk to them that's at least from your state or, you know, within your location and try to help you get things figured out.
Hey, prime example. We've had people, y'all, that we find out later that's been watching us for a pretty long time, and they didn't. I don't know if they thought we were unapproachable or we were snobby. And I mean, look, I'm a long way from a snob, and y'all are too. But you take like Ashby right there. I'm so proud of Ashby. Jumped out of there.
Yes.
Got to come out. And Miss McSwain. Oh, man. And
yes, Kathy McSwain. Yes.
Yes. Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, y'all, look, we're as approachable as anybody you can find.
We got River in Australia, talking to us from Australia and comparing notes and everything. And y'all, we're friends. We're normal people. If you see this on YouTube, just understand you can contact us. We will talk to you. We're just normal people. We are telling you what we experience and what happens to us. And if you want to actually learn something about boogers, all I'm saying is it's not really at a conference. It's more like meeting the people almost every single person that is in chat right now. Almost every single person in chat right now has some kind of real experience with boogers. Are you reaching out and making friends and making like a network and talking to these people? That's how you do it.
like Diane right there. I mean, like our meet and greet, y'all. I mean, it was just everybody bouncing from camp to camp, you know, or I say camp to camp. It was all one big camp, but it was like a little different, you know, tent and a tent and a tent and a camper and a tent and tent, and everybody just mingled through and met everybody and shook hands and hugged necks and shared food and you know, everybody laughed and cut up. And y'all, I swear it's better than a family reunion because hell, I've been to family reunions where people would squabble. You know, that was the meet and greet that we had at LBL. If y'all didn't make it, I hate it so bad because y'all totally missed out.
Yeah, I made breakfast for whoever wanted to come up and eat and kind of hung around. I never even ate. I just cooked for whoever come through, and Greg made supper for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we just kind of all strolled around and sat around the campfire, whatever.
Look, there are people that are watching YouTube channels that have never had any kind of experience. There's nothing wrong with that. They watch the YouTube shows and they're trying to get information. There are people on the YouTube shows that are guests. There are people that are in the chat that have had a ton of experience. Y'all, you do know that like Diane, who is a moderator for our channel, she's had experiences. Have y'all talked to Diane? Have you like messaged her and reached out and like talk to her? She's had experiences. She's a moderator on several YouTube shows, but she understands the real thing. KDG is in here a lot. KDG is on the chat on a lot of channels. She's had real experiences. She sent me pictures that I need to put up and let everybody look at and everything.
We got to get Katie on here with us. What we got to do.
But all I'm saying, yes, there are people, y'all. There are people that do YouTube shows that have very, very little real experience. They have a YouTube show where they talk to people that have had experiences. And then there are YouTube shows with, like, well, I'm just going to say it. I mean, I ain't bragging, but there are YouTube shows like us where we actually go out and look for the damn things and have had experiences. And most everybody in this chat right now has had experiences. If you want to learn about the real thing, you got to talk to the people that have been there, done that, or are in the right place in the middle of it. You can't just watch YouTube shows the whole time. You got to talk to the people that are actually doing it.
Well, and there again, Spencer, I went back and looked because I'm so horrible sometimes on my thinking about like the episodes that I did before we started doing this. Like when I went on with Mark and Larry on Beast TV or Sawdust Beast, the first show that I did with them was episode 138. And a lot of these folks in there, if they hadn't never heard a lot of my experiences, to cut down on time, y'all can go back to 138 Sawdust Beast and listen to it. And y'all, I did like 6 or 7 shows within not very many weeks with those boys. And you know, that's what really, that's when I decided to really start talking.
Hey, and y'all,
I love her. She has always got the funniest stuff to say on my book face page.
There's Dee Dee. Dee Dee was on the show. Have y'all reached out and made friends with her? Have you actually like talked to her and said, how did you see all this stuff? Like, tell me all the details. What did happen? Y'all, we're one big community, and we're
tribe. We're tribe, dude.
Big family, but there are people that take sides in the Bigfoot world. Fuck all that. Reach out, be friendly, be normal people, and talk to these other people, and you'll get a ton of information. That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, like yesterday, I mean, really about the only one that was at the conference that I wound up, I got talked to for a little while and didn't get to talk to him a lot. And look, but the one thing about it, I mean, I can call him on the phone, but that was Barton Unley. You know, I talked to him for a little while. He was kind of in between. It was before he went into the conference room and talked, but, you know, and then he went out and ate, which he sat at the other table. But, you know, I mean, I guess maybe like us, we're kind of spoiled to the fact that pretty much if we want to talk to some of these folks, we can pick up the phone, shoot them a message, and then we can just talk to them about any time we want to. So, but yeah, Roger,
make a difference.
I noticed Roger posted something a while ago about some of the people that were set up selling, like they had their tables selling their trinkets and whatnots and stuff. I didn't really think about it, but Roger said something yesterday that those people that were set up, I guess they were kind of wondering why they were people wanting their picture made with like Roger and then me and Wanda and Abby. I'm sure those people had no clue who we were. And they were like, why are people wanting their picture made with these folks?
Right. Hey, Michael X, the first time I heard Greg's encounters, I didn't know who he was because
nice get out on us.
And I was looking for Greg for like trying to be able to talk to him and pick his brain and everything. Because whenever I heard it, because of what I had been through and other stuff and other people I knew and everything, I knew he was telling the truth. And I wanted to talk to him. And also, just so you know, I charged that damn lighter and took it with me this weekend. And I used it to make a fire. Thank you for that very much.
Those are awesome. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. They are cool, ain't they?
Yeah,
look right there. I mean, Michael X. I mean, Michael, I'm sure Michael will be proud to tell everybody how approachable we are. I mean, you know, Michael
Yes.
We got to know Michael, and hell, like I said, dude, he's family. So,
Yep.
Check this out. He gave us some cool ass lighters.
they are cool, ain't they?
My collection, just so you know, mine is out there in the dash of my truck right now because I used it this weekend. I thank you very much for it.
Awesome.
Is that a no? I don't know what you're talking about,
see
but
it?
if you're talking,
Oh, you can't even see it.
you're talking about coming to a meet and greet. No, you cannot come to another meet and greet. Ass, Lynn.
No, Leanne, you come. You can stay close to us.
No, you can't. No, you're not coming to another one.
Yes, you can.
No.
Welcome. Look, and I noticed, you know, I wanted to say, she said that she was the what did you say, Leanne? The encounterless moderator. You couldn't be hanging out with anybody better though to have something happen. I mean, look, she goes out boogering with Barry, so
Yeah,
I mean, it's bound to happen.
Barry Browning, in case y'all don't know, Barry Browning has a couple Facebook pages that he does. He's got really good links to YouTube channels and other stuff, like articles and everything that
And put the name of those on there, please, and I'll pop them up.
What?
The pages
of his Facebook pages.
Leanne said Misty stabbed his doll. Hey, wait, look, if his cigar goes out, wave that lighter over that little doll's mouth, see if the cigar lights back up.
Let's see what happens. Hold on.
Whenever I don't have a cigar, we'll all know it's
Feel anything, Spencer?
my left.
Misty, pour some water on that doll, see if he has to get up and go pee.
No, wait, hold on. Do you have rectal itching? Maybe you got worms.
No doubt.
Leave it to you to go for that. Dang.
She's been poking fleas in that doll for a week.
That would explain all the itching I had this past week. And this morning, holy crap, I never get allergies or anything, but this morning I was hacking and coughing and everything. And Mark Green's like, well, it's because you come down here from up there and then you went back and everything. Man, I'm just telling you, I'm never going to Alabama again in the middle of summer.
Check that out, man. He's been all over the Pacific Northwest.
And
He climbed up Mount Rainier. Wow.
being there and never look for it.
I can look at pictures or video of Mount Rainier and I get tired looking at the pictures. I can imagine trying to climb up it.
Oh.
That's Barry's page right there. Thank you, Leanne.
Brett, ever get to see one? Well, I reckon not. He just said.
Yeah, Abby she's turned into a star, y'all. I get so cracked up because there's no telling what she's told the kids at school, and she's telling them the truth, but I know they got to think that she is just making all this crap up about being moderators and going to the Bigfoot outings and people getting her autograph and stuff. And it just, y'all, Abby is like me. She loves being around people and she loves to see people happy and smiling, and she loves everybody. So
Abby's the next generation. I mean, she's getting started early. She's going to go somewhere with this if she keeps pursuing it. I mean, she's too interested.
Yeah. Hey, I noticed on there Michael X said Bama pollen could be rough. Yeah, our pollen's rough, but when he said Bama, I meant to say something. I've been messaging Bama Murdoch this morning, and he was sending me pictures of his farming stuff, and they had like gobs of produce and stuff that they're picking and selling. And he was telling me he had messed his knee up, so he's laid up with a screwed up knee.
Oh, really?
And said he couldn't get around too much, and he was trying to lay up. And I asked him, I said, what'd you do? He said, well, he works out and exercises, and apparently he messed his knee up getting out of the bed. So look, told him, I said, hey, this getting old ain't for sissies, man. I mean, it's tough.
Well, thoughts and prayers for Bama.
Yeah.
But also, y'all, Greg is getting around really good.
Lot
Now,
better.
his ankle is still swollen, but he's getting around really good. Everybody keep in mind, Christy Leslie, her
Yeah.
surgery got postponed. So she's still not through the surgery. And it's
Yeah.
open surgery, y'all. So, I mean, for the love of God, if you were going to pray for somebody, pray for her.
We got a lot of folks, y'all. I mean, look, I got to where I try to do a blanket prayer for the whole tribe, the whole group, because hey, all of us can use some prayer in some aspect of our life. So, I mean, that's something that I do every day is I try to pray for everybody.
Well, and we are a tribe. We're a group. I mean, everybody in chat and everything. Just so y'all know, I mean, we see your little comments and everything, and we try to remember the names. Y'all are part of us. You're part of the whole thing. That's why we invite like the meet and greets and everything. It's an open thing with us. What is that? Frog?
That's off the water.
I was trying to show her the
Frog and Company.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Squirrel. I'm telling you, look, you're gonna have to get on the ball about getting us some people we can advertise for to give us some cool stuff like DA and them with their knives, man. Golly.
No, talk about some cool stuff. Let me tell you, some of the freaking people that has sent stuff, brought stuff.
Yes.
Y'all.
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It's awesome. I've got stuff everywhere. Phyllis sent me a keychain and a sticker, and it's awesome, and it's going on my tractor.
Hey, look, Phyllis and John come rolling up in here Friday and brought me a cooler with a bunch of that. I don't know how many pounds of dadgum Gulf fresh off the boat Gulf shrimp that I'm gonna cook here in just a little bit. Yes, brought them all the way from South Mississippi at the Gulf. Brought me some shrimp, hand delivered.
Isn't that awesome?
Yes, amazing.
I don't know what that means, Dave. You should have a show and tell meet and greet next month.
Hey, it'd be too hot next month.
Yes,
it's hot. Not like Alabama, but it's hot.
Milo,
my 33% of this group is hollering about October.
Spencer, how far away from me are you? 4 hours?
No, it was a little under 3 coming back through there on the way home. I timed it. It was about 2 hours and 43.
You should plan on trying to figure out to go camping with us for a night.
Well, I keep telling you that area, the area of Cherokee, right over there, that is not far from you. I've got the inside scoop on some spots that are right in there, and we probably ought to rent a cabin, all of us, and just go there for a couple nights.
No, I'm talking about when Robbie comes in as he's going through or whatever. That would be cool if you could at least meet up and camp out. I would love for Greg to, but I mean, it'd be like 7 hours or so for him. So, I mean, it wouldn't be worth doing it for a night or so, but I didn't know exactly how far away. Yeah.
I can't do hardly anything on the weekends. But hey, y'all, again, I'm going to reiterate, we are probably going to have another meet and greet. Well, I know we're going to have another meet and greet. I don't know if it's going to be in the fall or in the spring, late winter of next year. I don't know which one, but there's going to be a woods stop part 2. Definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I found a couple locations now, and one of them looks really, really promising. So just so everybody knows, and we will announce that a good 3-4 months ahead of time so that everybody can plan to do it and everything. But hey, you want to get to meet all the people that are doing the real deal, want to get to know them and get the inside scoop on stuff, come to the meet and greet. I tell you now, we probably put more out there on a YouTube channel than most channels do as far as real information and everything. But if you want to get the inside stuff, you got to come to one of these and start talking to the people in person, or start messaging them, start, talking to them on Messenger or chat or YouTube, whatever. But that's how you get to know the real deal stuff.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people that showed up. I mean, like the people that you would have got to sit down and talk to at these, I mean, and just ask questions. Kane and Eric and Cam and us and Roger and Kumbo and Pyro.
Y'all
Name them all. I mean, there was so many people that Mr. Nunley and Martin, all kinds of people.
Y'all, we had
a text.
We had basically an all-star list of people with actual experience and knowledge. I mean, the list was phenomenal of the people that somebody that didn't even have anything tangled up with Bigfoot could have came, didn't cost you a dime. You could have came and camped. Wouldn't have cost you anything. You could have mingled around with everybody, met everybody. Everybody would have talked to you. It didn't cost you nothing other than just to come. And you didn't even have to camp. If you just wanted to come for a day trip, come and hang out a few hours and leave. That was fine.
That's right, Roger. And you see them firsthand. No pixelated sent pictures or whatever. You're seeing them straight off people's phones, and it's a huge difference.
Yep.
Maybe next year, Dave. Arkansas is the drive.
Yeah. Hey, look, well, that's not out of the question. We may can pull that off. We just don't know when or if. I mean, we're still baby stepping, but and I'd like to see it bounce around, go further up the east and, further west maybe or something. Who knows?
Well, and it might be something that they do and I can't do, but whatever, we'll make something happen. I think Mark and Larry with Sawdust, I think that they were talking about doing something further out, either Missouri or Arkansas, something like that. So you just have to pay attention to their channel.
Look there, we got Brother David Hughes in here with us today.
Yeah, that's right, Pyro. Hell, I was impressed meeting you and listening to all that kind of stuff. At some point,
I'm with you. I'm with you, Spencer. I was more tickled to meet Pyro than I think he was us.
Yeah.
That's the way I think we all were. It was like, oh my gosh, but freaking Shit Show Shirley done was like, I was scared to go talk to Spencer. I was like, what? Come on. I just drag her around to Spencer and Greg and Kumbo and everybody. And y'all, she is the sweetest lady. I call her.
Yes. Yes.
That's not her name.
But like I said, y'all, we just want everybody to feel welcome and have fun and not have the turmoil and the arguing and the bickering and the name calling that all these other folks has got. We don't want no part of it. Ain't gonna put up with it. So that's the reason our group's so wonderful.
Yes, Roger.
Hold on, Roger. Damn it. Give me a minute. Let me jump off here. Y'all keep talking.
And I don't know if we said earlier, I know Spencer did, but half the time you can't get nothing in edgewise for him. So while he's not here, hey, everybody, if we missed anybody earlier.
Yeah. We've got so many great, wonderful folks, y'all. It is overwhelming for us because me and Misty, me and Misty and Spencer all the time talking about, we're just overwhelmed at the people that act like we're kind of famous. We're not nobody. We're just people out here that enjoy being around other folks and like-minded folks, and we come on here and want to talk to folks. So,
her name's Kathy. I don't know if I should say her last name or not. She may not want me to, but she said that's what she was going to go as, was Shit Show Shirley.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud that they come to the meet and greet. And because that's what she said. She said, she'd been watching this a long time, but wouldn't even jump in chat. And now I'm like, well, get in chat. Yeah, that Michael Hicks. Yeah, like Troy. Troy, it's hard to get Troy to talk publicly, but he jumped out of his comfort zone and opened up at the LBL. And that's something y'all are not going to see on these channels. Not yet, anyway. We're still working on it. But y'all, Troy's he's one of the very few people that y'all are going to hear Coonbo Baker talk about that, Troy Allen has had more experience than he has. Troy's had a lot more encounters than Coonbo has. And when Coonbo, here's the deal. When Coonbo is kind of perplexed about something or really wants some more advice on Bigfoot, Troy's the guy that Coonbo calls. So, I mean, y'all that were at the LBL at the meet and greet and got to hear me and Coonbo and Troy sit down and go to talking, that's what Troy's bringing to the table.
And Troy, like, I would have never met Troy if I didn't meet like Greg and Coonbo and all that. And hell, I talk to him on the phone all the time.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, I don't have a hat on. Y'all, sorry, y'all, I interrupted. Peyton, bring me something to hold this. Brought me a cigar.
Look at that.
What
There he
is
is.
We're sitting outside. I hope my signal's good enough.
Yeah.
what cigar?
Nica Rustica. He gave me. Hold on a second. There he is.
Bye, Robin.
Hold on.
Bye, Robin.
Hold on. Damn, I can't see. Am I in this? All right.
Yeah, we're going to turn that loose. Yes, George White in the chat. That's my buddy Allen. His name is George Allen. So, yeah, that's who he is, y'all.
Al is who makes the Bigfoot signs.
Yes.
They're freaking awesome.
Al can build anything, y'all. I mean, he can work on it, fix it, build it, make it fire. He's a phenomenal boat mechanic. He did that for years. And then he started making those signs. He works for a big sign company. And y'all, there's nothing he can't do. I mean, he is phenomenal, crafting, like building, fixing, whatever.
And at some point, we will get Al on after he has processed everything. But he saw a booger at Greg's man cave not that long ago. And I mean, y'all, I would imagine that's a whole lot to go through and like process and get it wrapped around straight in your head.
It's tough, y'all. I mean, that's what I tell people. As much stuff as Al has. I mean, he's been here with me all these years and he's had a lot of experiences, but it was up till Christmas Eve before he could actually for years he's dealt with these things. He's been bluff charged. He's been followed out, stuff thrown. He's been right here when they hit the wall. I mean, a lot of my stories has got Al tied in there with me, just like the motorcycle deal. Al was the one coming to try to save me or whatever. And I mean, Al was there. Al heard it. Al was 200 yards away, and he'll tell anybody that he was 200 yards. And when that thing would scream, it was hurting his ears at 200 yards. I'm within 100 feet of it. But I mean, that's what I'm saying, y'all, is people's like, well, have you seen one? Well, it took Al up for Christmas Eve this last Christmas before he could actually see one and say, there he is.
And it's different. Like when you hear these stories that Greg tells or anybody tells, and then when he takes you to the spot and shows you the spot or where Al saw his and kind of explains how big it was. And if you put yourself in Al's shoes, think about where he was at and how close this thing was. I'd have probably been like on one of those scary movies when you can't get the key to go in the door and dropping the key and then I disappeared because it was close. It was closer than I thought it was.
Oh, I was kind of like an old tiller I used to have. Like he's really hard to get him going. But once you started, he'll just
the thing about Al and Al will tell you the same thing about me. If I've got to go in the woods and I know it's fixing to get bad, Al's going to be my first choice to go with me. Yep. Because me and him's been in some very hairy, scary situations. And he'll tell you just like I do. The main thing is you can't panic. Because if you panic, you're going to get yourself hurt or somebody else hurt.
Well, the thing is, you know how he's going to react. With me, I might fall over like that dead possum. I didn't say anything about you, Spencer.
Oh, no.
About me. Y'all, I should have put my hat on.
You're fine. Look, I meet up with Poison Ivy, so we're both looking rough today.
I'm kind of offended. Roger gets on here and he's still got hair. I mean,
I know.
it could be like me, and mine's just about gone.
He's got a full head. Yes.
Yeah.
My dad, when he passed away a couple years ago, almost a couple years ago, his hair was still this color, and he still had all of it except for just this spot right in here. And hopefully that, and me, I mean, if it gets, I'll shave mine in a heartbeat. I don't care. But you can see it's almost shaved now.
That's why
It's long. It actually is long.
I wish I had hair like Kane or Eric so I could do a mohawk.
Dude, I've got such hair envy for Kane.
Yes.
Well, every time that Kane pops up on anything, Abby looks at it. Abby looks and goes, "He looks like Guy Fieri. Oh my God, he looks like Guy Fieri."
Well, at the meet and greet, after 3 days, his hair was still the same.
Yeah, it's like it's made out of plastic. It don't move.
He's got, but damn, he's got hair.
Yeah,
y'all, I can't see the comments. So
what I can't figure out is, at 25 years old, I could shave like once every 2 months, and I was golden. And then once I hit about 40, I could grow a beard. And then now it's like, I don't understand it. All my hair up here slid down to the bottom.
There you go. Hey, welcome, Cornbread.
Cornbread Mafia. I like that name.
Yes.
Talking to everybody in the damn house. We're all one big family, brother.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to get on, because
hey, Crystal.
y'all
Keep good.
Oh, wait, look here.
Yeah, that's fine.
go ahead.
Really? I'm sorry. Hold on.
What?
I did not know that. I did not know that would work for that.
Ah.
Have you tried dirt dauber nest?
No, I'll take a bleach bath.
Well, the reason I say that, when I was young, really young, I had a diaper rash so bad I still remember it. And my mom took me to the doctor, and they gave me all this stuff, to put on, or her to put on me, and it wasn't working. Well, an old lady told my mom, she said, "Go get a dirt dauber nest, break it apart, and put it in a old cloth diaper or wash rag or something, and daub that dirt on there, and it's got something in it. It helps dry it out and whatever." And it worked. And she told the doctor about it, and he said he would have to get it analyzed. He never did, but it may just dried it up. I don't know, but it did work.
I'll try anything. I'm good. I don't know if y'all can even see it. Look on my wrist. I've got places like sores starting. You can't see it, but
Spider webs and stuff.
Yeah.
Places show us that.
What do you
no, I don't. Weirdo.
Hey, brother.
If I stand up, you won't see anyway, so it don't matter. Like, you're only going to be like so high up to me.
Oh my gosh.
Greg said you have booty shorts on. I still ain't seen that.
Freaking y'all, let me tell you, being in the house is different because I don't normally get dressed when I'm in my house. I feel like I'm gonna make the mistake like some of these people do on those Zoom calls, where they're like only dressed so far up.
We just gained 10 subscribers now. Everybody.
No doubt.
No, I'm telling
She
you.
had on a regular pair of shorts, and she went back there to her medicine cabinet to get something, to tinctures with ginseng in it. And she walked back there, and she had on a pair of regular shorts. And I said, "Dadgum," I said, "if you ever say that during the chat, we'll gain subscribers." I said, "Got the booty shorts on." And they weren't booty shorts. They was regular shorts. It was just, I was dogging her about it.
I'm making some people some stuff for their heart health.
No, she's officially turned into a full-fledged root woman now.
I have stuff everywhere. I don't know if y'all can see. I had to move in the house because of my internet, but that's my whole little apothecary cabinet right now, and I've got like multiple on the back wall. You guys can't even see. I'm gonna have to build shelves in here. I've got all kinds of crap I've been brewing up.
Y'all have to be careful what y'all say on here, because I got to Anniston, Alabama. You know what the first question I was asked?
What?
Is Rachel coming?
Hey, Rachel.
Hey,
Wendell,
Rachel.
Wendell come up. He said, "Is Rachel coming?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Hey, look, no, Rachel done sent us a message that she wasn't gonna make it. She had to go to that football camp.
She's in Knoxville. Yeah, my nephew's at Tennessee camp right now.
Yeah, that's what
He's gonna find out. He's gonna find out where he stands today. So, but
Rachel
that's
has been communicating on Facebook and saying hi to everybody. At some point, we'll get Rachel at one of the damn meet and greets.
yeah.
We'll have a group thing where everybody says, "Hey, Rachel."
Yes.
I didn't have any, and I've not been able to find any around here. So I actually made some plantain oil that I've been trying, and it's working. It's drying it up.
Really?
That's nanner oil.
What?
Peyton said, "Is that nanner oil?" I said, "No."
I know. You said something
come
about
over here and sit beside me.
plantains. Yeah.
It's a classier nanner. That's not a regular nanner. It's a fancy nanner.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Get over here and sit beside me.
Rub the banana on it and it'll get rid of it.
What was it back in the day when I was in high school? I've heard of folks smoking banana peels, so I don't know what that's going to do to you.
Well, these idiots around here will try anything.
One of the
never mind.
Wilbur Bible classes, the guy was reading notes from like collecting wild edibles and herbs and everything, and he got the plantain, and he's like, "Plantain." He's like, "These are my notes. Y'all write this down." He's like, "Plantain, mighty fine damn plant." He's like, you can use it for anything. And plantain is one of the plants that you can go out in your yard and you can find that it's got medicinal properties. You can eat it. Plantain is a great plant.
You know that natural hemp, y'all. I don't know much about it, but it's 5 leaves, all right, or 5 like with the jagged edges, whatever. I used to find that in the field up there where I saw the Bigfoot. Actually, I would find some of that and I would pick it and I would carry it. I'd sneak it to school and go in the library and put them in books. I don't know what. Nobody ever found them while I was there, so I don't know what happened after that. But it looked just like a pot plant, leaf.
I took a bleach bath and been drying it up, and that's why my face is so shiny, because I made a cream for it with lemon balm and plantain and
y'all. She's lying. She's probably in a wrestling league over in East Tennessee.
That's what it is.
Beat up.
That's what it looks like. Look, it looks like it got beat up.
She was oiled up and ready for a fight, and somebody hit her.
Yeah, face planted on that canvas. Yeah.
Hey, JR finally found that camel's back, didn't he?
She's trash talking.
It's actually carpet burn.
This show descended like talking what happened this weekend in Bigfoot into Misty wrestling.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, her grandpa was a wrestler.
That's right. He sure was.
Well,
on his flip there, look, I even got a tattoo, y'all. You see it?
I stopped at a store yesterday.
Kids are less short muscles. I bet mine's bigger.
Y'all, this is a true story.
That's
some grill in Alabama.
I'm sorry, you used to give me shit about my arms.
I got across the Tennessee line yesterday and had to go to the restroom.
Oh.
And this guy, I thought heck, it was 30 miles from the house. And he looked familiar. I said, "Man, you look familiar." And he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Well, I grew up in Lewisburg." He said, "My daddy used to wrestle up there." And I said, "Oh, in the old metal shop building?" He's like, "Yeah." And he started giving me all these names. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't know who he's talking about." But to SmackDown. Chris.
Yeah, that wrestling, man, out in the country, it used to be like about every other little small, decent, moderate sized town. They'd have their own little wrestling deal going on.
Set a ring up outside. I heard about those. I got a call at the
sheriff's
department.
Back then really got hurt. I mean, it wasn't like it is today where, they're out there on a little bouncy. I'm sorry if y'all like wrestling, but.
Hey, Wanda's uncle used to wrestle. He was big into that wrestling.
I've seen pictures of my
Wrestling's
papa
real.
standing with his
Wrestling
headdress and
ain't.
stuff on. And now he was a short man, but really stocky built. You know, he was in the service and all that, plus wrestled and farmed. And so, I mean, he was
He
a
said it
nice
too.
built man, big old arms, and he'd have his armband on, nothing but his little tiny whitey thing, get his big old headdress, and have blood just pouring just all over him for his pictures, just be covered from head to toe. And that's the way they really wrestled back then.
Oh, yeah.
Peyton just
Hey.
said he said wrestling is real, wrestling's not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the truth of it.
Yeah.
Y'all, I gotta this y'all reminded me, or Misty just did. One of the first calls I took at the sheriff's department in the early 90s, they were like, "Hey, there's this old guy, and he's running up the road. He's got short shorts on, and he's got tassels around his muscles." And I said, "What does he look like?" And I said, "Oh, that's just Bobby Eaton. He's reliving his wrestling days. He's harmless."
Oh, wow.
He was jogging with all his armbands on and stuff. It scared people.
Good night. Well, Roger, what
Hold on just a second. Bat Mom, if you have I know you're not supposed to say Facebook, but I'm gonna say it anyways. So if you have it,
book
I've
face?
got a book
Book
face. I have a Sassy Squirrel page. You should join and add to, you know, all the herbs and whatever you do, and add some knowledge. So
Show Spencer that.
what am I looking for? I'm trying to get back to the comments. What am I showing
Peyton
him?
smoking my father, Spencer. Garcia. He got the expensive cigar.
Who is smoking a my father?
Peyton is. He brought me
Oh.
the $5 one. He's smoking the $10.
Oh, hi. I don't think there is a $5 my father.
No, the Nico Rustica, he said, was about, which that sounds like a lot, y'all, but I smoke about 20 a year, so I ain't like I'm doing it every day.
Roger, what was your takeaway? Give us the cliff notes on the conference. Your experience.
Okay. All right. You know, I'll be honest. If I offend people, I got to be honest. When we first got there, we got there early. I was really disappointed in the amount of people that were there. Then Greg called, and people started filing in. And then
They came.
we actually went in and listened to some of the speakers, and some of them did a great job. I have to give them credit. They did a good job. There were people there that were maybe in their first time, and they were listening. Some people were taking notes and asking great questions. And I'm like, and it was in this big auditorium, and I was like, wow, but it wasn't a lot of people. It was probably maybe 50 people in the whole big auditorium. But the quality was pretty good. Outside, it made it better that we knew people. We hung out with Barton and Letitia and Daryl and all of them, and then people started coming in that we knew. Flat Rock and his wife, we got to meet his wife, and then Phyllis and her fiance. What's his name? So we got to meet them. They were really cool, and everybody's just down to earth. And what was funny, I've got a picture I'll send y'all privately where I'm hugged up with Phyllis, and I can't think. I'm bad with name. John. Yes, John Lamb. Right. So we're taking pictures, and I can see in the background this one person that I didn't even talk to the whole time was kind of looking like confused, like why are these people taking pictures? And Wendell was there. Bob Dahl stopped in with his girls, and of course, then I look up and there's Wanda and Abby, and I think Abby had asked Heather, did y'all bring honey? So, but it was just when Gary, it was just it's fun to get together with people, and some of them are like, hey, I'm glad to meet you, or whatever. I'm just as glad to meet them. It's weird. It's like, I'm like, oh, I know you. So then some of them are like, yeah, I'm so and so, but I go by XYZ and chat. I'm like, oh, I know. Yes.
Yeah.
Next time, say
that
hi.
was what was cool, wasn't it? Getting to actually put names with faces, because a lot of people don't use their profile pictures or their real name, and so it's like, and some of them, like Billy Schilling, y'all, I'm gonna tell you, as soon as I seen Billy, I knew exactly who he was, and he is awesome. He has
Yeah.
got to come to every one of them that we have.
Yeah.
Billy is great.
Yes.
I know Pyro snuck up on me at the meet and greet. I was talking to Greg. I'm sitting there, and I look over, and this guy's standing there, and I'm like, I don't know this man, and I kept looking at him, and then I noticed his jacket, and they had the EMT, and then maybe the state or whatever, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, what is your name? And he told me, and I'm like, what do you go by? He said Pyro. I jumped up like a little girl, like, hey, give him a big hug. You know, because he told us a story standing there that was pretty amazing where he was at a Bigfoot conference in Oklahoma. And he wanted to talk to people. It's like us, you know, he didn't know who to talk to growing up. And he said he was beside a table, wasn't paying attention. And this guy had some audio. And I may have told this before, but it's amazing. He said he heard like Greg talks about the samurai gargle type speech or whatever. Then all of a sudden he heard 3 Choctaw words.
Yep.
Hold on. Motorcycle going by. He heard 3 Choctaw words, and it was 2 different beings or animals said in Choctaw, more people. And then the question, what do? And then that first one said scare in Choctaw. And he said he snapped around and looked, and he said another guy heard it too. So they converged and got to talking. And he said then he got interested in, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, I can't see the chat, but then he got interested in the speech and stuff, and that kind of sent him down that road. So that was amazing to hear him, because, you know, if I'd have heard it, I wouldn't have recognized it, you know, at all. But with him telling me that story, that got me, you know, wanting to dig that into that also. So
2 days just wasn't enough. You could not sit and talk to everybody and get everybody's stories and really interact with everybody. Like there was people that I thought I had walked around and met everybody. And, you know, they were like, oh, well, you know, I didn't get to meet you and I'm sorry. And I was like, how did I miss these people? You know, I mean, like I literally walked with blisters on my feet walking around trying to make sure that I was, you know, getting to everybody. And, you know, hey, did you go over here and talk to these people? They're camping over there. Or
Misty looked at me. This happened, y'all. So we're so familiar with each other. I'd met Greg in person, you know, and Spencer and Misty I hadn't met in person. And I show up and there's JR and Misty, and I'm like, hey, y'all, we're talking, and somebody else came up, and I walked off and I got over there with Heather, and I was sitting there, I was like, I don't think I said hi to Misty. Because we're so familiar. And I went back and we all got a big hug and everything. It was like it wasn't like the first meeting. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh no, she's gonna think I stuck up or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
that's like over there yesterday at the conference. I got talking to what's his name? It goes by War Criminal. I talked to him outside for 30 minutes or longer. And
he's a little short guy, ain't he?
No, that's a big feller.
Yes, Kathy, it was.
Well, Phyllis come up. She said, "Yeah, we got this. We spent time with Greg, and we went to eat, and we went to the man cave and everything." And I said, "Yeah," just as deadpan. I said, "The only thing about Greg is," I said, "you go up there and you just can't get him to talk and say anything."
Yeah, I've been bashful most of my life, Roger.
Right.
And she looked at me like I was crazy.
Yep.
Spencer, you froze up.
Apparently.
He's asleep.
Damn it.
But now that
where's that coming from?
If
he
we
put his camo on.
I mean, y'all, that's the thing about it. That meet and greet was so awesome, and that being the first one we've done, I can't, y'all, the second one, if it's any better, I don't know if I can stand it.
And, you know, all the people that showed up for that to be the first one, it freaking blew my mind. And people that we didn't even know was coming showed up. And the people that said that they're coming to the next one, I mean, Chris Reinhardt talks about trying to make it.
Yeah.
Hey, Larry.
Y'all remember seeing the Toyota, the beige Toyota with the setup where you could sleep on top of it and all that? Okay. So there was this guy I met him there at the meet and greet. I met him. He was at Hollands, and he was there yesterday in Anniston, and we were talking. He said the funny thing is, we were going to another state to watch the eclipse, and we said, you know what? His family was with us. So let's go to LBO. Nobody will be there. And they pulled up, and all these people. Here we all were, and we got to talking to him. Then there he is at Hollands, and we snuck back in that green field after dark, after all that screaming had happened, and we were going to try something. I said, "Look, I've got this flashlight. Let's walk up over this rise and let's try to catch something in this field. With nothing on, leave our phones behind." And damn Wendell was behind us and snuck up on us and yelled out, "Run!"
Damn
He yelled
Wendell.
out, "Run,
Not
Roger!" And I said,
Wendell.
You got
I owe him
Wendell.
one.
You got Wendell in real life.
Yes, but this guy, he's a cool guy. He's a cool kid. He's he met us by accident, and now it's like when you see him, it's like part of the family, right? So
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
Well, see, he must have been in there listening to the conference part because I never did see him. I saw his vehicle when we left yesterday.
He was the guy. Yeah, they went in and listened. He had his wife with him. He had the wrist brace on where he'd had some kind of surgery.
Yeah, see, I
But-
never did. I don't reckon I ever saw him because I was looking for him because I saw that truck when we got there.
Yeah.
And we went in, and then when I left, I saw the truck was still there. So I figured he was probably in there listening to him speak.
I think that's what they did. We got to some first yesterday. Heather's never had Popeye's chicken, so I had to take her. Yeah, no, and she's like, "How good is it?" I said, "Well, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken. There's no cars over there."
Yeah.
And here we are in line, So, but and we went the back way and got to see all. That's what we do. I mean, I could have saved 45 minutes on the interstate, but I hate traveling like that. Now, if I have to, I will. But
You spent 30 minutes yesterday trying to park at top of the river because I was on the phone with him the whole time.
yeah, I wasn't happy.
Top of the river that place.
We ended up parking in a field. I said, I keep forgetting we got 4-wheel drive now. I said, yeah, I'll go up in that field over there.
Top of the river that place beside that paper mill on the river.
No, that's where me and you and Granddaddy, when it was closed that time, we snuck around and went out on the dock out there. There was a little crack in the fence, and was that you with us? It wasn't? Okay.
There was that other kid that you don't have
That was
nothing.
that was that other.
Oh, we're doing it out again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're trying to fuck with Spencer.
Well, see, now I missed the lot of the feather and Hollands and all that. So did something happen at Creepy Mountain?
Well, Spencer went down in there kind of, I think, just a little bit past where you were at when you recorded that with Superfly. And Spencer heard something like kind of growled or huffed at him, and then some more stuff. So that's what we was trying to tell him, that he was in the same spot. But he saw some of the feathers, the colored feathers that Joe Parker
would put out.
They are, apparently they're still there, and so he thought maybe some of them could have got moved. It said that he found one that was folded over a limb. So I don't know what Parker did. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of all the things that I've heard, the huff growl scared me the most out of all of it, because that's a aggressive, something upset. I don't care what it is. If it was a hog, if it does that, you're fixing to get. My phone is dead. The internet keeps freezing up. Is he leaving us?
surely not. Maybe he'll come back. Hopefully, go turn on your dad.
Y'all text him back, tell him to charge his phone and come back in a couple hours.
No doubt. He gonna have to get him a different computer or something. He's got that little type version, and it's something's wrong with it.
I'd say it's his internet, because mine was doing the same thing whenever I was out in the shed, and probably 20, 25 foot from my house. So it should have picked up just fine. And for a month or better, I didn't have a bit of internet. That's why I had to move in here.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
said
Roger.
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, was you still there when Wendell left? He said, I'm going to run home and take a nap. Said, I'm tired. And he said, I'm going to go take a nap, and I'll just meet y'all at Logan's. We got there, and we were like later than we were supposed to be before they ever let us back. we all got in there, got looking around. It was like, who we missing? And it was like, Wendell ain't here. And I was like, I guarantee you, he went home and went to sleep and probably ain't woke up. Well, then finally, after we'd done all been back there and ordered, and it was 30 more minutes, then Wendell come dragging in.
Well, he didn't live far. I mean,
no, he said it wasn't but like 12 blocks from the conference to his house. But when he come in, I was like, did you go to sleep and didn't wake up? Yeah, I overslept. So
he said, I said, we're going to go get something to eat. I don't know where everything's at. And he said, well, you go down here and you go to Quintard Avenue, and you take a right, and then there's a Jack's and blah, blah, blah. I said, did you just say Quintard? He said, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
The name of the main road through there. And then we was at Woodstock, right? Woodstock Road.
Yeah, I think it's
whatever
Woodstock Road.
Woodstock and Quintard.
Look here, Patrick.
Patrick,
She's got her backer stored.
I came over here today with no makeup, poison ivy, swelled face. I mean, look at me. You know, just because I have to hear everybody fussing about how I ain't never on here and I make excuses and I think and then you want to make fun of the way I look.
I think she fell off that old tractor and got hung up in the bush hog. What it looks like.
No doubt.
I agree. I do have chipmunk cheeks. I'm all kinds of swelled.
Hey, I've been on her what since about Wednesday, begging her, go to the doctor, go get a shot, go do something, please. I'm worried about you. Go do something.
I wake up and check my text, and then this first thing that says, "Go to the doctor." And I'm like, "What did I do?" Always talking to you again.
My eye and everything was black from it. Like my whole cheek was sweat out. Like, and I got it on both sides because when I sleep, you know, I've got it up my arm. So I guess that's how I got it on my face or sweating.
Now wait a minute.
Like that, but
you got it on both your arms and your face.
I tried to show you, but you can't see it. It's like, it's.
I'm wondering. Were you really kidding a while ago about the carpet burn?
Yes, I was kidding. The way my face looks and how my arms look too.
Yeah. Okay.
No, hey, I didn't think about that. Is not. I opened the gate, y'all. I'm not shitting you. I literally opened the gate. That was covered in poison ivy or poison sumac. I don't know.
I'm gonna message JR a little bit. If he's got it, I'm gonna see where it's located on him, and then I'll know.
No, he stayed away from me.
Leanne, I'm sorry, I forgot to save you half of the cigar.
No doubt.
Got into it, but y'all, I've been getting we got that PO box. I've been getting some stuff in and sending out stickers. I appreciate y'all doing that, and it's kind of cool to know that they're scattered out across. And it's fun to. I was handing them out yesterday, and I had one guy knew me from chat on his show, and he didn't know who I was. I just handed him the sticker. He said, "Oh, you're Squatch and Holler." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "No, I found this on the floor. It's a pretty good show sometimes." But he was pretty cool. But and that's another thing. The podcasters, you know, Bob Dahl showed up, and you had Blondes and Booze and Michigan Rob and Moggs, and I'm sure I'll miss somebody, but it was kind of fun to talk to them too. You know, I'm going to be in August. I'm going to the Wild Man thing in Tullahoma, and I didn't know how to set up. So Krista and them, they don't sell anything. They just have their logos and stickers and stuff. I think that's what I'll do. Maybe go live or something. But we had fun. I mean, it was 6 hours of driving, but the way we do it, we don't go, interstate. We go through little towns and we spot stuff like, hey, remember that. We'll come back to that later, you know. So
yeah. Well, you left us hanging on the whole deal about going to Popeyes. What did she think about Popeyes?
Did she love that chicken from Popeyes?
She loved it. She loved it. We didn't have plates. We're sitting in the parking lot. And I'm getting crumbs everywhere, and I'm just tearing into it. And I don't care. And she can't enjoy hers because every time a crumb pops on the floor, it's in her truck. You know, she says, "You're making a mess." I'm like, "It means it's good." So she loved it. She wouldn't eat the red beans and rice though.
I know you're kidding, Patrick.
No doubt.
Hey, ain't nobody. That's what I was telling people yesterday. You know, when we have something and when something happens, we're serious about it. but we like to have fun, and that's what I like about the whole group. And I walked up to Greg yesterday. We were just standing beside him. He didn't even know I was there for, for a little while. He was entertaining, and
Just man, it just makes me so happy to see everybody. I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
It killed me not to be able to make it.
every time it's like, I know y'all. I don't know what thumbnail you use, but those are the funny ones, because it seems like every time it's like there's something with one of us at all times, at least.
Yep.
I think Spencer may have made his own for this show because I
did he?
never seen him post anything. It was
I
like
shoulda
forever,
known.
and then I forget what he called it. I don't know, but it wasn't nothing I called it. So
Well, I should have known because I think the first incident was Spencer's truck breaking down that I remember. 'Cause I was new to the group, and then Misty's had a lot of stuff. Greg, he fell off of a
Yeah.
roof, and
Yeah, I've been crippled up for December 2nd, but nearly 3 years that this
Been a
has
while,
been
yeah.
going. And
Yeah,
thank goodness it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel now, maybe.
it's like the other day he got out of the truck and went in the thrift store, and I looked at him. I said, "Are you supposed to be walking without a cane?" He's
No
kind
doubt.
of making sure he wasn't doing something he wasn't supposed
Yeah.
to, but
Yeah.
but
No, and
yeah,
y'all, to keep everybody up to speed, I went back to the doctor last Wednesday, met with a surgeon, and let me just tell you what prayer can do. Because y'all, I mean, I've had a lot of people praying. I've been praying hard, but just a lot of people praying. I went back Wednesday to the doctor, met with a surgeon. They x-rayed my leg again. It'd been a month. They x-rayed it, went in there. He took my shoe, or had my shoe still off. He looked at my foot on the outside, looked at the x-rays, and he just shook his head. He said, "I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it." I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "Look," he said, "today is 3 months post-surgery, 3 months." He said, "What I'm seeing on your x-rays and the way your foot looks," he said, "it looks as good as if you were 5 months post-surgery." He said, "It is healing phenomenal." He said, "You're walking on." He said, "What, are you having pain?" I said, "Well, doc, look, especially in the mornings when I get the swelling down, I don't even have any discomfort." And he's like, that's awesome. He said, "Well, it's not hurting." I said, "Well, like toward the end of the day, if I've been up and been pretty active trying to do what I can," I said, "it goes to swelling real bad." And I said, "The swelling like compresses it. And then it's," look at there, Joe Parker,
Yeah.
golly. Joe,
he acts like he's a butthole, but look at him.
hey, I'm telling you, Joe's my buddy. But y'all, he told me, he said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it." I said, "Well, look, I'm letting my ankle be the guide." I said, "I work for me and I got a lot of work to do." I said, "But I have to, I've learned to just kind of pay attention. I get up and I go do what I can do. And when my ankle starts going, hey, we've had enough, I'm done. I don't care if I'm halfway through a job, about to finish the job, or I need to go do another one. When my ankle gets to hurt, and I'm like, well, I'm done. I'll go do that tomorrow. I'll finish this tomorrow." And I'm not pushing it. Now I'm trying to get up and be on it. And y'all, honestly, I've been off this leg so long, it's like I've had to retrain myself how to walk. It's like it just atrophy and all that.
Yeah.
It just, I still, even now, even though I'm up and walking, it's like every step, it just doesn't come natural. I have to think, okay, pick it up, move it, plant it, block my knee. It's just like I forgot how to walk. So, but yeah, I mean, by the grace of the Lord, y'all, and a lot of prayers going up, I mean, that's what's got me where I'm at. I mean, just plain and simple.
And
You
on a
gotta give it
positive note, if you want to do a part-time job just to get back into it, you can go be a waiter at that place with that, and you serve food every 3 or 4 hours.
No doubt.
I'm not. I try to be nice to everybody, but I try to get everybody else to go.
Oh Lord! Hey, you would have had Wanda. Wanda would have like crawled on the table and slithered out the door.
Well, the other place that me and Greg went to, because I asked Phyllis and them, I was like, and John, I was like, that place wasn't slow, was it? Because me and Greg were there, and it was so bad that the couple behind us, we got there way later than they did, and We could hear them fussing about not getting their food. Well, they brought our food out to them, and that guy said, "I don't reckon anything on that tray. I don't recognize anything." And I'm like, "I do."
Yeah.
She brought it
Was
over
this
there
the same place we went and ate?
at the river or at the,
Yeah,
the lake there.
this wasn't Chef Troy's. This is another
Oh,
place.
no, Chef Troy's is
Stanfield's or
good.
whatever.
And so
No.
the girl come back, and Greg had went to the bathroom. We'd been there a long time. It took a long time to get our food, but we went in a hurry. And so this man and lady, they're over there, and she come over here. He said, "Hey, when are we getting our food? We've been here an hour and a half, 2 hours. When are we getting our food?" She said, it's on the way." He said, "What does that mean?" She said, it's on the way." He said, "Today?" Like, we need to get out of here. But that squirrel, but the funniest thing about that was that squirrel, that was the coolest squirrel ever. He was
Yeah.
laying on that limb, spread out, chilling out. But anyway, y'all,
Yeah.
I'm about drunk on this.
Well, let me touch on this. What Diane said, she was listening. The thing about it, what is so awesome about my healing is the way the surgeon talked was the way he was basing the timeline was somebody that wasn't type 2 diabetic. We're talking about a perfectly healthy person. And y'all, I mean, I've been type 2 diabetic for about 14 years. So he was really worried about my healing, in your feet and your extremities. So, I mean, he was figuring it was going to be a lot harder for me and a lot longer for me to heal by being a diabetic. But I'm healing faster, according to him, what he's seeing in the x-rays, because he was showing me in the x-rays the way the bone was calcifying around the implants. And he said, I'm overwhelmed with how quick you are recovering. And he said, it's just unreal. And I told him, I said, look, I've had one heck of a pile of people praying, and I've prayed hard, and all I can tell you is the Lord's put me back together. And he just shook his head. He said, well, the Lord does miracles. I said, yes, sir.
Greg might have boogers out there in a circle while he's asleep out there doing their little infrasound, healing his ankle.
Yeah, you never know.
And he thought they hated him, but they probably
No doubt. I don't look, long as they getting prayers answered, that's what counts. And hey, Brother David Hughes, I mean, look, I know he's been praying. He's told me numerous times. He's had me on prayer list and everything else all the way out there in Texas. And y'all,
That's
the
cool.
prayers are being felt.
It
100%.
Well, and another thing, Greg, is that I've seen a lot with people. Y'all know some of the jobs I had recently with people that are sick. A lot of time it's prayer and attitude, and your attitude. I mean, I remember you told me what you was afraid of at one point, and and a lot of doctors you talk to and nurses, you'll tell people to do things for their own good. I've seen it in my family, and they do the exact opposite. So
Oh, yeah.
you've been doing exactly what they told you, and you had people. There's no telling how many people you've had praying for you.
Oh, man, it's unreal. I mean, unreal. Just absolutely wild, y'all. I mean, I'm overwhelmed, and that's basically a debt of gratitude that all I know to do is try to pay it forward or pay it back.
Yeah.
So
That's what I always tell you guys about. Like, I know I have some shitty luck, but saying stuff out loud, the way you say things and the words that you speak, that really affects your healing, your day, your everything. I mean,
Yep.
Spelling is spells. I mean, it really is. I mean, it is so powerful, the things that you say, even the things that you say to others, the things that you say about yourself, about your healing. You never say you're sick. You always say I'm healing, or, something to that nature, because when you say you're sick, you're putting that out there as, in your mind that, something's wrong.
What happened when you got frustrated?
With do
Me-
what, Roger?
Be like negative Nancy or nothing, but I was kind of hoping he'd lose his foot so he could tattoo his signature on it, and I could pickle it and hang it up in my.
oh, Lord.
What the crap, y'all?
Listen, Daddy.
Spencer's rubbed off on. Well, no, he's been like that. Y'all.
No doubt.
But okay,
Hey.
to Misty's point, what happened when you got frustrated, got mad and cussed and kicked that locust bush?
Yeah.
I didn't. Well, that's the thing. I wasn't even mad. I was just trying to kick it in the fire. It attacked me.
No doubt.
But it healed. I mean, it healed up, and I never got an infection. I never had a problem out of it. And usually, when you get a locust thorn in you, the tip of them break off, and you get a bad infection.
It's bad.
And I kicked this thing, and it went plumb through my rubber boot and stuck in my foot, and it was horrible. I have childbirth, I don't think was as bad as the way this felt. I came in and just laid on the couch and looked at JR, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pass out or throw up or all of the above. I don't even know. I said, I just gotta lay here. I mean, I just couldn't even sit up. I was so sick.
We were frog gigging one night, and to get to the pond, this guy had cleaned up the place, and we didn't know it. And he had took a dozer and piled up some stuff, and I'm like, I think I can, with my flashlight, I think I can walk across that. And I started across it, and I fall, and I went to catch myself, and one of those locust thorns went through one of these hands, or not all the way through. And I believe that was one of the sorest wounds that I've ever had. It was horrible, huh?
Yeah, some kind of poison on it.
Got something poison. he don't want to get on camera, but he wants to be that guy in the front row, right? The heckler.
Stop being a backseat driver.
Hey, Roger, you need a fence over there where all we can see is his eyes and they're up. He'd be like Wilson. Yeah.
How's it going, Wilson?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
What's Spencer doing? I thought he said he was staining the floor in the
literally, y'all, he sent a text and he's like, I'm sorry, but
he's
I'm
done.
having to charge my phone, and I'm dumb, and tell everybody that I love them, but I'm still dumb, and just end the show whenever. So that,
I don't think that was exactly what he said.
We'll cut it slack.
That was exactly the text.
Oh Lord.
Well, y'all, I'm fixing to get off here.
Visit
with him.
Hey, hang out backstage for just a minute. We'll let Misty take us out and
see if I can do this.
All right. Big love, everybody. Love y'all. Thanks for all the prayers. And y'all, look, y'all put old Thad in your prayers. But I mean, Thad, I didn't realize that you'd had that much problem. But buddy, we'll be praying for you. Sure will. Yeah, y'all hang in there. And y'all, once again, thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday. And big love, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Roger, thanks for coming on with us.
Yep.
I invited myself, so
you're always welcome. You don't have to invite yourself. You're always welcome.
Yeah.
All right.
It was easier to talk than type, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all have a good Sunday. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Squirrel.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Spencer. We're swapped around again.
Huh?
We're swapped around again.
Yep, I know you do it on purpose.